Hello, it's Parm King, the Dungeon Master from Legends of Barovia, a Curse of Strahd campaign. Today I'm going to do a Dungeons Master's tip on creating a table for a potion, a magic potion. But before I do, please make sure to click subscribe and the bell icon so you can continue to get amazing Dungeon Master tips from me and tips on using Foundry. Of course, if you don't think they're valuable, then don't subscribe. That's okay. Let's get started. So yesterday I'm on Discord chatting with a couple of people and I get this message from a gentleman named Charles into the unknown. Now he watched the previous video I made on the encounters table and he was trying to put a table together for the Beaker of Endless Potions, but was having problems. And he said, well, I was reading about it in Dragon Magazine. Let me send you the PDF. Maybe we can work on it. And so he sent me the PDF, and I decided, well, why don't I just stop what I'm doing? This sounds interesting and exciting, and I'm enjoying Foundry and figuring things out. This sounds like a challenge. So I put a little broadcast out there and said, hey, I'm going to be streaming live from my Discord channel trying to build this potions if anybody wants to help. And this other person joined in, Paul Watson from Discord. Paul Watson is actually building an RPG game, Alien RPG, and he also knows macros and knows Foundry far better than I do, and he jumped in and gave me some tips and ideas, and we together discovered some amazing things you can do with some tables. So let me get started. The first thing I'm going to do is show you what Charles sent me. It was an article from a magazine, Dungeon Magazine, right here that you can see, and the article is called, let me scroll down to it, The Beaker of Endless Potions by Mathew, Goodall, and Kyle Hunter. And this potion is fairly interesting. It's really more flavor text to create for a potion. And I think it sounded great and fun to introduce into the Foundry system. Now it says here at the beginning, here are some tables to help you generate a random potion description on the fly. Well, I would say rolling a bunch of dice on 9 or 10 tables and figuring it out is really not on the fly, but it is on the fly if you have Foundry and use the Foundry's automated beautiful table system. Now, this table here is really just descriptive, and I thought, why don't we kick it up a notch and actually have it create an actual potion that you can give to your characters. So let me show you what we did. The first thing is I had to look through the tables to figure out what tables we were dealing with. The first one is appearance. And the appearance seems pretty decent. Inert, smoking, fizzing, bubbling, and you roll a percentile dice on that. The next one was clarity, mixture variations. So I'm good to go on the first three tables. Then I get to the next page and we get to consistency. That's cool. And then I get to color. Now, I don't know this Mathew, Goodall, and Kyle Hunter. I'm sure they're really good people. And they wrote this very interesting article, which I think is amazing. But when you get to the colors, there's some colors in here that aren't colors. Like dark, I don't think dark's a color. And then there was like some colors in here that, I don't know, it just didn't sit with me very well. Like mauve. Yeah, I want to get a mauve colored potion. I don't think so. Or ochre. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Who wants a sepia-colored potion? So what I did was I stripped out the colors because I wanted to actually create a potion of a color. So I put in I think I put in like 8 or 9, maybe 10 colored actual potions. The next thing was strength of smell. I dropped this. You can go ahead and add it. I just put in the smell. So I got rid of strength of taste and strength of smell, which is 2 other tables they had in there. I just put in taste, and the type of taste and the type of smell. And I cut the smell down. There's some smells in here that I don't think are actual smells. I could be wrong. I don't think dank is a smell. I think it's more like humidity or kind of mildewy. So there were some things in here with the colors and the smells. I thought maybe they got a little carried away. I don't think perfume is a smell. I think there's smells of types of perfumes, but I don't think perfume actually is a smell. Anyway, enough of my criticisms. Let's see what I put together here. So let's go. We're in Foundry, and I created a folder down here called the Beaker of Endless Potions. And let's look at my Beaker of Endless Potions. Now, This is a nested table. I created a multiple nested table, and the little trick that we were having problems with is how do I roll one die and always come up with a potion? And that means that I'm going to roll, oops, here's a little mistake here. I'm always going to be rolling a 1 because I always want the same outcome, but I want it to hit a bunch of random tables. Now this is kind of a trick or a hack to get the table to do what you want it to do. So the parent table, the Beaker of Endless Potions, is a 1. It's always going to roll a 1. And when it rolls a 1, it's going to roll from all of these other tables, and we're going to see what those results are right now. So let me get over here. We've got an empty chat window, and we're going to roll the dice and see what happens. So we roll and it picks every one of these things, and I have the appearance is inert, the clarity is transparent, the mixtured variation is encrusted, the consistency is thin and watery, it smells briny, the taste is bitter, tart, and sharp, and it's a violet potion. There's actually a potion right here that you can click on and give to your players. Now, I didn't put any descriptor or flavor text in here. You can make each one of these potions different, unique. You can make them healing potions, you can make them curses, you can do whatever you want to with them. I just created the potions as actual items. So let's look at how I made these tables and some little tricks that I did. So the first, you can see this is a nested table. The first roll table that I created here was the appearance table, and we'll open that up. And the appearance table here was actually from the article inert, smoking, fizzing, bubbling, luminous, and glowing. And you can see this is something really cool about Foundry, and this was something that Paul Watson told me I didn't realize is if you select text as a result, you can change the picture of the little die that you see there into an actual picture. And so thank you, Paul Watson. Shout out to you for helping me with this. I'm going to do one of these for you so you can see how we did it. So I click on the little dice here, and I get this menu. I'm going to go to my assets library, click images, and select items, select my potions. And this one was like a clarity potion here. In fact, I'll just look at them really quick to see which one it was. It is this one right here. So I click on it and I select it, and then boom. Now every time the results comes up in the table, and we can see that over here in this table, you're going to get this icon of a glass bottle, which is kind of the appearance. And you can see here now. Here's a couple of things that you can do with this table. I am using the numbers in this particular table that actually came from the article and rolling a 1D100. I'm clicking off the display roll to chat, but you can see that what they had in there is 1 to 80 was an inert results. Now, you can change this, and I'm going to do this in another table and show you how I changed it. But there you go. I'm just going to click update, and now all of them are updated. Let's go to the next table, which is the clarity table. And that is right here. And there was only 3 clarities. I used a magnifying glass, which you can see here is the next table comes up, the clarity, and they just had transparent, clear. Now, one of the little things in here is that if you're rolling from a parent directory, the only table description that you will see when you roll is the parent directory table description, this one up here. You will not see the subdirectory, roll table of descriptions, like the clarity. So I left this blank, and what I did was I put in clarity as some text before the results, so that when you get the results in your chat window, you're only going to get the table description, the magic beaker shakes and the following liquid appears. And that's the description that I just happened to put in the table description. The clarity table description will not come up, so I put in clarity, and then what I wanted it to say from the roll table here. Let's go to the next table here, which would be mixture variance. I just put a picture of a water drop. Again, these all came from the article. You can use these numbers, and that's what I did in this particular one. Obviously, no variation was the most common, between 1 and 75 on a roll through D through 100. And the next one was consistency. Again, I put it didn't come up as well as I would like. It's a spoon with like some honey or something dripping from it. You could probably find a better picture than I did, but I did the same thing here. This was a 1 through, now what I did this one, let me show you here. So I have 1D17, and this was a 1D100 table, but I can change it up. It was only 3 outcomes. So I want to show you something you can do fun with weighting. Let's say you wanted this to always be thick or have the highest probability of being thick. So I can type in here 20, and I hit the little scale icon, and now you're going to see that 16 through 35 is going to be weighted to increase the weighting for it to be thick and gooey and whatever. So if you want it to be the lowest, just type in 1 weight and then click this icon again, and you can see that now it's going to only be 1 out of 16, where the highest probability is going to be this thin, watery, and runny. So you can use this weighting thing. The one thing you got to realize is when you do the weighting thing, it's going to change your ranges on some of the other numbers in the table, and it's going to change your roll die table formula. As I mentioned before in the previous video, your 1D number does not have to exactly be a die. You can type in 1D16. There's no 16-sided die. Think of the roll table formula as really a random number generator. Now, if you're using Dice So Nice and you want to see the dice roll, then you're going to have to use a 1D number that represents a dice, like a 1D4, a 1D8, 1D6, 1D20, but there's no 1D16s. So when you're doing the 100s, D100s, you're going to get those 2 D10 dice popping up. Okay, let's move on quickly here to the next one, which was smells. I had 15 smells in here. I cut this down a lot. There were some smells in there, as I mentioned, I didn't really agree with. I got a little picture of a nose in there, you can see, as my little icon. This was 15, 1 through 15, and this is pretty much even Steven. But if I wanted to say, well, I want most of them or more of them to be sweet, and I wanted minty to be some, and I want it to be a little bit overweighted and maybe citrus a little bit, and I put these weightings in here, and I just click the scale, then it's going to move some stuff around. It's going to give me a little higher probability in citrus, in minty. So the weighting is really nice. So if you want an outcome to come more often and change the probabilities a little bit, this works really, really well. And then just click update on the bottom. Let's go to the next one, which was taste. Taste, I put a little tongue in there. Again, if you want this taste to be changed around, you can change the weighting. I just put in 1D5 because I only had 5 outcomes in here. And the last but not least is the potion table. Now the potion table is the only table that's different in the entire one because we're not rolling a flavored text, we're rolling an entity, in this case an item. So in your results, you're going to select entity and item, and you need to make sure that you spell the item absolutely correctly. Now, if I go to my items directory over here, I created an entire potions folder and I put all my potions in here. And I'm gonna create a potion right now and put it in here to see how this works. So let me unlock that here. We're going to first create a potion. So I have a potion to go to your items folder, create a folder, and then in the folder create an item. And I'm going to create one called, let me see, I don't have the pink one. So I'm going to type in pink. I know I have a pink potion. Not that I wanted to have a pink potion, but you know, I've got this special someone player in my party and he happens to like pink, so I made him a pink potion. Okay. Anyway, pink potion for my special dude here. It's a consumable. Make sure you select consumable so that if you want to add in descriptions or details of the potion that you're consuming, and you create item, and now you have this item down here. Pops up here, and we're going to put an icon in there. I'm going to go to my assets library, hit images. Oh, if I can spell images correctly. Images, items, potions, and there should be a pink in there. There she is, the pink one. And boom, I've got my pink, boom, love bottle potion. This is probably going to be a love potion, I guess, for this guy who wants the pink potion, maybe because there's a certain special someone in the campaign that he wants to give her a little love potion, what have you. Anyway, I've got the pink potion in here. You can see the potion is now in the potions directory, but we need to add it to our potion table. So the next thing I'm going to do is going to hit the plus button here. It's going to say entity item. If it doesn't say item, make sure you select item, and I'm going to type in pink potion. Make sure you type it in exactly as you have it written there. Notice here, this is something interesting I just spotted. I wrote light green, but I didn't write light green potion, so it works. Now, if I type in light green potion, which I should, I need to update my light green potion over here and have it make sure it says potion. Otherwise, it'll never find it. There we go, light green potion, pink potion. It's in there. It doesn't show that it's in there, but if I click update, you'll see the pink potion pops in. So now I've got my pink potions. I got to change my die roll here. You see it's 1d8, but I added a new potion. Your roll formula will not update. Make sure you update it. I'm going to roll it 1d9. Hit update. And now we're all set to go. So let's go back here. Let's clear this out and give this roll table another roll. Boom. I just rolled a new potion. It's inert, transparent. Clarity is transparent, so it's kind of a clear liquid. It's a solid, mixed variation solid. It's thick and syrupy. It's minty smelling. It's got a sour taste, and it's the pink love potion. Oh my gosh, the pink love potion with a sour and biting taste. Sometimes love doesn't go your way, unfortunately, but at least it smells minty, right? And it is kind of thick and syrupy. Well, there you go. Anyway, if you like my Beaker of Endless Potions, if this was helpful, please like my channel. Again, a special shout out to Paul Watson, who spent a nice hour with me, at least on here figuring this out. And a special shout out to Charles, Into the Unknown, who brought this article and this potion idea to me in the first place. This is not exactly what the article was written. This actually creates a potion, and I chopped out the strength of the smell and the strength of the taste and shut it down. But you can see how fast you can make these potions. Now, this would be a cool thing if they ran into an alchemist or someone. You can make these potions. They could be one-time potions, healing potions. I mean, leave it up to your creative imagination. What's awesome is Foundry has given us this awesome table to do these awesome things. So please like my channel, and I'm going to make some more crazy and fun tables for you and bring them to you shortly. This is Parm King signing off. May all your rolls be critical 20s, and if they're critical ones, make sure you include a critical failure table in your game, even though if it's just lighthearted comedy. It doesn't have to be actually damage or punishment. You can just make it jokes, you know, like maybe your player rolled a nat 1 and he soiled himself or something. So, you know, just add some color to the game. Anyway, until next time.